All right, guys, what is going on? What is Gucci in the Hoochie gang? Y'all ready to learn something today? Where's my live stream? There it is. Cut the music, cut the music. Live price, baby. You can go ahead and partial that. You can go ahead and partial that if you took that on Stoic Society. We need a little bit more juice, though. See if I can get, see if I can get 7407. It'll probably actually go higher than that. But, we're right inside our time window, too. Beautiful. Love to see that. Totally random. Totally fucking random. Right. You guys like that? You guys like that shit? Right on the stream. Right at the beginning, baby. Isn't that cool? Maybe so. But man, like this morning, dude, that AM session was pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. You like that headline? Christmas tree gone wrong. Well, look at it. Look at it. Does that look like a Christmas tree to you? Hold on. Hold on, Chad. I'm not ready. Here I was with 10 minutes of music and still not ready. Still not ready. Big fella, big fella, big fella. We'll give this a couple minutes here. Listen. Listen. Shit. Not yet. Well, I'll keep it on here for a minute. Keep it on here for a minute. What's good? Iberne, Torty, Miguel, Scott, Capitalist, G, Slowly, Akil, Techno, Julius, Jay-Z, Mark, Felix, G. Who else is here? Who else is here? And I recorded this entire thing. I'm actually still recording, by the way. I'm actually still recording because we're technically not done. In my eyes, I don't think we're done. But yeah, I have been recording since the low, actually. 10, 11, 12. So it's been I can't do math, chat. I can't do math, chat. It's been about 2.5 hours. A little over 2 hours. So we'll have to see where this takes us. I hope that isn't our high. I hope we don't fucking reverse right here. I'm just gonna drag my stop up a little bit. Realistically for this, I should also probably move the stop. But I think I'm just gonna keep it where it's at. Because this is for demonstration purposes, okay? I'll walk you through it. Obviously, I'm gonna give you all the details. And then you can pick your job off the floor and then we can go on about our day. Right? Will you go over every entry? Of course I will. Of course. That's why it's not a Christmas tree. It's a Christmas tree gone wrong. But in a good way. But in a good way. That was the first entry down here. It's 73.60. Oh, look at that shit. 73.66 and a quarter, right inside. Bang. This one, 73.64. That one, honestly, I was shitting bricks for a minute. Right here. I was shitting bricks for a minute. But we ended up going higher. Shitting bricks again. Partial. I wanted us to go back into a discount so I could partial more. And the market said, nope, I'm not giving you a chance to do that. I'm going to go ahead and run to your TP and not give you a chance to Christmas tree. So no retracements to re-enter on, except for this one. Right, look at that candle right there. Isn't that weird? How do you wick a candle like that? How do you do it? You walk me through it, guys. I mean, shit. It's clear. I don't know how to trade. Okay? It's clear. I can't trade. Right? Maybe you can. Maybe you can teach me. Roger. Maybe you can teach me. Oh, gee. Good observation. Good observation. God, it is so awkward without music. We need to hurry up and fix that. Okay, 1050 to 1210. Is right there. But macros don't exist, right? They don't exist. Right. And whatever they say. Look at that. So I'm entering, okay, on this last add-on. 1149, 1150, as soon as it starts. Because it opens at, oh, there we go. What do we get, 6 and a quarter? Let me get 7 so I can piss off, dude. Fuck. Listen. Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. Shh. All right, maybe not. I can't even tell what the fucking high this candle is. We got to 675. Wow. Okay. Back to our regular schedule programming. 1150, right? That was the add-on because the macro is going to take price higher, right? Did all the buyers come in? Yeah, all the buyers came in, right? Right when I decided to get in, right? I just agreed with everybody else, right? Stupid as fuck. Nope. The macro, okay? The algorithm.
Order filled.
Did y'all hear that shit? Order filled. Biatch, we are done for the day. Log the fuck out. Let's go. All right. The macro, okay, that is the time window in which the algorithm is going to reference pools of liquidity. Is it going to trade down here? Why the fuck would it do that? Why would it do that? No. It's going to go up here because it knows there's liquidity up here. You see that? Exit on the way up. Where would that be? That high right there. You see that 402? See this high right here? 402. Okay, where's that exit? 402 and a quarter. Yo, that's the Top Step X platform, dog. What do y'all mean? That's what's his name? Hugo or Hugard? Tom Hugard. That was me getting the fuck out at 07. And this, I'm just letting, well, that was 06.25. And for this account, for this paper trading account, I just have one more, and I really couldn't care less where this goes at this point. It could run up here. I don't know. Right now, this is just 10 points above that high. That's it. Nothing special about it. But can you guys sort of see the Christmas tree here? Right? Your mentor never taught you that. I fucking did, right? All right, John, come on with the ego, man. Come on, come on. Well, look at that entry there, that one there. This was another low risk buy. And then there's our exit. There's the first one. And again, I wanted us to come back into a discount. Market said, no, I'm not doing it. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll add on here, and then bang, bang. Does that not look like a partial Christmas tree? Kinda, right? You can see the little star down here. Missing ornaments here. The cat probably came over and swiped those ornaments off the tree. I've seen it. Ornament, 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 ornament. See that? Now drop a 1 in the chat if you guys seriously think this is cool. I mean, in all honesty, tell me if anybody on planet Earth has ever showed you how to Christmas tree a chart. Buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. Seriously, who has done it? Who has taught it to you? And I have to turn music on now because I can't function without it. I just can't. I can't function. It's something about silence is just... There are times for stillness, but it ain't for our stream. Yeah, who has ever taught you how to Christmas tree? Besides me. So you would think, okay, how could somebody buy the low, buy both of those lows, excuse me. I didn't buy any of those, right? Didn't buy that, did buy this one though, and then just held for those, right? So if you look across the internet today, if you look across all the people that you follow, no one is going to show you multiple entries and multiple exits. Maybe a few. There are people that can do this. Obviously, I'm not the only one that can do this. That would be arrogant. There are a few people who can do this, right? But how many that actually can do it show you how to do it? Right, nobody. Adding to a winner, exactly. But adding to a winner, which is one of the laws, it requires knowing what you're doing. And I will show you the recording of this later. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, we should definitely drag the stop up. I'm going to just drag it way up here. I don't care. I'm going to choke the trade now. Definitely going to choke it. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I get out at 405 or 415 or even just mark it right now. It does not matter. Most of this has already been taken care of. So it's fine. Okay? So, how would somebody, anybody, learn how to do this, right? How could you buy it, multiple lows, get out on the way up, get out on the way up, get out on the way up, and this one either is going to get out on the way up or down. It doesn't matter, right? And again, I really want to make this a strong point. I told you when I showed you this initially, when I said, hey, look, I'm going to show you how to Christmas tree, but you have to promise me you will not trade like this live for at least a full year. That was our promise, right? Some of you broke that promise already and you're trying to do it. You're wrong for that. You got to wait at least a year. Okay? How could somebody Christmas tree a chart and still not have a single indicator on the chart? So not only would somebody be able to take multiple entries and multiple exits, but still no indicators. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, it's shit. That's interesting to me. How could somebody do that? And this might be anticlimactic. There is no secret sauce that I'm sharing with you today other than market maker models. That's it. That's it. You already know how to do it. It's just nobody ever sat down, showed it to you, and actually told you that you can do it. Nobody told me. But when you look at it, right? If we were to take these highs, this high, right? If we were to partial at new highs, terminus, exit, right? That would then print those, these right here, these little red arrows like that. That would print at not every single high, unless you have like, 10 contracts or something and you're just, do. Sure. But getting out above old highs would be printing a red arrow at every higher high. Right? Buying the retracements, every single retracement accordingly. That's how you would print blue arrows at the lows. Thus, you would Christmas tree the chart. So again, I want to make sure this is clear to you. Every new high is a partial. Every retracement is an add-on. All the way from the original, okay? You see how if we do like a line chart, if we thin this up a little bit, unlike me, right? No, I'll play it. You can sort of see the Christmas tree resemblance here, right? Oh, I got to stop the recording, by the way. Yeah. Every retracement right there, right here, obviously they're not going to be perfectly timed, and I'm not going to add on in here. I'm already in. I'm not going to add more. We don't get a retracement, so I add on one more at the macro. That's why this was not a Christmas tree. It wasn't, because we never got back into a discount. And that's fine. I'm already in at a discount, though, because the entries down here were stacked, right? So, in order for somebody to do some shit like this, you would need to understand every single stage. You would need to understand manipulation. You would need to understand next candle entry. You would need to understand the low risk buy. I don't always know if the low risk buy is going to be here or if it's going to give another leg lower. I don't always know that. This is not always, like every trade is not like, oh yeah, there's the low and then we run. Like sometimes the market does go against you a little bit. Drawdown's not dirty. Okay? It's not dirty. And we don't like it, but does the market ever go to that low? Nope. When I sent out the long on Stoic Society, what stop loss did I give you? That low. Did we ever get there? Nope. So that even if you longed here, yeah, you took some drawdown, but you just also hit TP. And that last one is getting ready to get hit too at 15 and a quarter. But that's not the point. The point is you'd have to understand manipulation. You'd have to understand the next candle entry. You'd have to understand the low risk buy. You'd have to understand the first leg of accumulation. This accumulated for a long ass time. That shit is annoying. Don't act like it isn't. We all hate that. We finally, okay, and here I'll explain this as well. 73.80 and 3/4. So why would that be an exit? Because everything is random and everything is supply and demand, obviously. No. What is, we got to put the numbers on here. Okay. The 50% level from that target down to the manipulation low, right? 50% is 73.79 and 3/4. Pretty much 73.80, right? So what would be a little bit above that? 80 and 3/4. So just a little bit into a premium. Do you guys see that? Seriously. Let's go over law number 1 again. Let's go back to the basics for a minute. Does that look green to you, chat? George, I already sent that out. I sent out the long in here. You weren't supposed to long that. You were supposed to wait for a retracement, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. You still caught that. You still caught that big ass move here. Look how many fucking up candles there is, minus that one. But that's like 40. That's 55 points I just gave you. Even if you got at that high, okay, 25, 35 points. Not bad. Anyway, let me get back to it. We want to buy low, sell high, right? Where are all the longs here? Well, that's in a discount. That's in a discount. That's in a discount too. The only long that is in a premium is where? Is up here, right? But you saw where my stop was. It's down here. So I'm adding on, but I'm not adding additional risk. That's how you supercharge. That's how you get some Corvette candles on your equity curve. Yeah. More shit your mentor didn't teach you. It's okay. That's why I'm here. So anyway, that first partial is where? It's the first time, okay? Look at this. This is our low, right? Do we get into a 50% here? Do we get into a premium here? Nope. Do we do it here? Nope. Do we do it here? Nope. Still cannot do it. We finally get into a premium right there. Immediately. That's a partial. Immediately. Okay? And probably like you, I was anticipating, hopefully, a return to 50% or a discount. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought. That's what I thought. Right? So we don't end up doing it. So if we cannot get back into a discount, the only other add-on is going to be a time-based entry. And that's why you see that. And this is why people that say this stuff doesn't exist are stupid. How can you say it doesn't exist? Yesterday, we made a high and low of day, both inside macros, but they don't exist? Stupid. And you're charging people for mentorship too. That's fucking... Anyway. So that high there, again, is a new partial. Those highs, that's another partial. Usually would be a terminus, but I told you there's one more contract. If we keep going, we keep going. If it comes back, it doesn't matter. Right? So that's why I said, even if this trades all the way back down here and then gets me out, who cares? This trade is now choked. We've already got paid here. We already got paid here. We already got paid here. So now it's like, okay, well, let's just jam the stop up then. And yeah, it's probably going to come back for trailing stops. But who cares? If you've already grown your account, that's why I said, let's run up some equity before all this happened. It's in the recording, and I'll share it on Instagram later. But that's what this is. Okay? This is running up equity. It's not something I created. It's not something that I named myself. This was something that I learned. And this is how you do. Well, this is, I don't know how everybody does it, but this is how I would do it. Okay? So law number 1 is what? Buy low, sell high. Are we selling high? Yes. Are we buying low? Yes. The only exception is the add-on. It's an add-on. It's not an original position. It's not your main position. You're not going balls deep at 75% before the equal highs. No. I've done that a couple times. I wouldn't normally do that. But this was an add-on because our main position is down here. Actually, it was a little bit lower than that. Right? Where is all of our exits? Premium, premium, premium. And then even if this gets stopped out, that's all going to be in a premium. So that's buying low, selling high. That's law number one. This is a much amplified version and more elite version of law number one. Pretty cool, right? Drop a 2 in the chat if you guys have learned anything so far today. Even if it's one thing that you didn't know before, even if it's one new thing or one new term you've heard me say, like running up equity, that's definitely something new to you. Probably. But drop a 2. Let me know you guys are here and that you're paying attention. I know, G. It shouldn't be public. I should keep this from you. But I don't have that mindset. I used to. Then I felt bad. So the information was given to me. And at a certain point, like in your life, dude, you just realize that you just want to help people. And that, you know, making more money by charging, you know, more for it. I don't need that. You know what I mean? I feel better knowing that you guys are passing combines, getting payouts, you know, doing all that kind of stuff, than for me to fatten my bank more so because I'm selling it to you. I don't want that. Okay, so now we're gonna do 2 birds with 1 stone here. So Jorks said there was also a divergence at the bottom. You would be correct. And that rolls right into what David said. At what point manipulation was done for you and the low has placed in? So that's a great question. I get that a lot too. And this took me a long time to understand. This was not... oh, that's the wrong NQ. We're in NQM. Right? Yeah. Yes, we are. Oh, God, those colors. Those colors just really... we're not going to look at this for very long because I don't like looking at this. So, okay. You're welcome, Gene. You're welcome, Slowly. You guys are blessed to be here, but I'm blessed as well. That's why I don't hold back. So, it would be very selfish of me. I could just sit at home, trade all day, and I don't know, get fat and drive around in my sports car and do what? You know what I mean? What's the point of being, you know, rich and lonely? It's stupid. I'd rather be less rich with friends and with a community than to be rich and lonely. It's stupid, right? No Dr. Scrooge type thing here. All right. So it zoomed out because I'm still trying to watch to see if we get that. But at a minimum, can you guys see here? Can you guys see right there inside this gray box? Can you guys see that? I know there's a lot going on. We got a lot of markups here. I know the trim's probably a lot too. I don't know what to say. It's a free stream, so don't bitch. Don't complain. Lower low here on ES. See that? 920, 945, lower low. Drop a 3 in the chat if you guys see that. Can y'all see that? ES lower low there. NQ in these horrendous colors. 920 makes a low, but 945 makes a higher low. And be like, peanut. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right. That is a classic signature of how you know, not with 100% certainty, but that's how you know with a high probability that the low has been set. So if we zoom out, you'll see that this is an old low. So that low and then a lower low below an old low is what? Turtle soup. Turtle soup sets the low. So as soon as turtle soup is set, I give it one more candle at 950, and then look at that. Right here, 955 sends us higher. That's weird, right? We don't set a low in the macro, but that macro that doesn't exist still took us higher. Interesting. So soup. It's not the next. Excuse me. It's not the next candle, but it's the one right after that. So and that's also at 9:55, and then here's 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock below the open of 10. You see how everything I teach you is utilized, bro? Like, do y'all not notice this shit? Every fucking thing that I teach you, bro. You see this shit? You see this? Buying below the open of a higher time frame candle. Okay, 10 o'clock's right there. So we trade below 10 a.m. and I'm longing below 10 a.m. You see that? I'm combining time and price. It's 10 o'clock below the open of the hour. This may act like a mitigation. It may do it, but the stop's going to go to the low either way. Right? Doing that. We end up trading all the way back lower. I'm buying, look at this. Okay? 73.66 and a quarter, right? Where's that next buy? 64.75. I'm buying below that low. Your stop loss is my entry? Yeah, that's mine. I made that up a long time ago. I'm doing that too. Holy shit. Wait a second. This guy's doing the NCE and doing a low risk buy and buying below old lows. Fuck. But Twitter tells me to only have one model. Okay, do that then. And you'll never learn this. You'll never learn that. Do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna tell you what to believe in. Personally, I couldn't care less. You're here watching me. I'm not here watching you. So, respectfully, having one model is retarded. Okay? And then, again, that was the last one. So this was not a Christmas tree in the sense that we would come back down here so I could get more longs and then we could go higher. Like, that was what I wanted. I wanted the nice sort of gentleman's delivery, if you will. And that doesn't mean anything specific. It just means, like, you know, as a gentleman, right? You know, you say hello to people. You probably open the door. You know, you don't cuss in public, right? It's, you know, being a gentleman is not manipulative, okay? The markets manipulate, and then, like, a gentleman's market is something like this. It's like, okay, I'm going to go to the highs now. Real quick dip, and I'm going to trade higher. It's just clean delivery, right? I'll give you another little key here as well. Why would this also be an add-on? Because if you go back and you look at the laws, okay? And this is a fat range. But you see how those two up candles here were utilized to go lower? See that? We trade outside of it. 910, we trade into it and lower. You see how those up candles were levels of distribution? Distribution on the sell side of the curve, what does it become on the right side of the curve? What was once distribution is what? Accumulation. Right? Where's that entry? Inside that accumulation. You didn't see that either. It's because you don't look at this stuff. It's because you don't study. I tell you to study, you don't fucking do it. That's why. So even if this traded outside and then came back into this, that would also be a long. But it didn't do it. So I'm getting in still at a good price for the add-on. Because this could have easily went down here. They could have easily done that. David, when I added on here, my stop loss is what you saw earlier on the screen. At the beginning of the stream down here. It was actually, to give you some more elite fucking ball knowledge here, it was at the low end of this imbalance. Right there. 76.5 or very close to it. Because I was just eyeballing it when I was moving it around. I was just eyeballing it. But it should have been like right there roughly. See that? You would be... You know what? Technically, you'd actually be correct. Now that I look at it. Who said that? Felix? You know what? I guess you're right. This would more so be for equities. I also shorted yesterday here. Look at that fucking bottom tick. 73.74. Again, this is a paper account. That's why I said yesterday I'm not trading it. But that was like the re-entry to go lower. And then I just sat through all that shit and then fucking bottom took that bitch. But anyway. Yeah, the like equities open, like in regular trading hours, yeah, that was the mitigation. That could be the inverted mitigation. That could be that too. You're right. Every concept has an inversion, right? Yeah, your mentor didn't teach you that, but I fucking did. How many things is that, dude? God, how much stuff does John show us that our other mentors don't fucking teach us, dude? I don't know. I stopped keeping count. It's a lot to keep up with. But anyway, so yeah, that was that massive gap down. Our trade lower. Soup lowers by first leg. The second leg, I guess, just starts down here. And we don't really get like a retracement for the second leg. It just blasts off. So, pretty cool, huh? I keep telling you, man, this trading shit runs deep. It runs deep. And there's still a lot more to learn, just so you know. They would charge us 50K. I'm not charging 50K for anything. First of all, I don't even know a lot of people that could probably afford that. So anyway, what other questions do you guys have? I mean, seriously, we went over law number 1, buy low, sell high. We went over market maker models. We went over how what was utilized to go lower is utilized to go higher. I told you that. That's in the law. That's in my 48 laws. There's other versions of 48 laws of trading. I wasn't the first one to do it. I was actually like the third or the fourth one to do it. But I didn't watch. I saw the other guys' content, like Casper and then the other dude, I forget his name. It was a different name. And I was like, no, that's a really cool idea. So I don't know what their content has, but I can almost guarantee you the inversion, like, oh, what was once bearish becomes bullish. That's probably not a law that's in there. I don't know for certain, but like all of the laws are in here. Market maker models are in here. Time-based entries are in here. And I told you weeks ago, I can do all of it. I can do the manipulation. I can do the lowers buy. I can do first leg. I sure as shit can do the second leg. I can do it all. You don't need that. I don't need it either. What I like to do is get 1 or 2 of them and hold for the entire thing. Or if I sleep in, because that happens, then I can take like a late stage scalp. It won't be a full position, but it's something that's better than nothing at all. And that's what I'm looking for. Right? Here's liquidity. Liquidity got taken. Trading in the direction of opposing liquidity. That's how you get over a 70% fucking win rate. These little 30, 40, 50% are ass. That's shit. You can be above 70%. You can. You can be above 70%. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. If you follow what I'm telling you, yes, you will be above 70%. Not that it matters as much as you think, but it definitely is possible. If you're losing more than you're winning, you are doing something drastically incorrect. Jorks, I do believe that Stoic Society is unavailable for Americans. So if you're American, then you can't do it. Right, Felix. Felix said, I'm in year 5 and it doesn't get boring. Right. All these idiots on trading should be boring. Trading should be boring. No, fuck, it should be boring. I love hitting TP. What are you talking about? You think it's boring because you fucking don't trade. You only have one model on one time frame on one asset, so you're not doing shit. That's why it's boring. Oh, trading should be boring. Oh, fuck you. Trading is fun when you know what you're doing. Fuck, it's boring. That's like saying driving is boring. Well, it might be to you. Not if you have a sports car. Sorry, I'll tone it down a little bit. Tone it down. Stupid. People are just stupid. So we don't always get consolidation, accumulation, reaccumulation, reversal. Ooh, that is a good question. That is a great question. Let's look at our phases of price. V-shaped reversal, retracement, deep retracement. What's after that? Expansion. A very shitty expansion. We ended up getting another retracement and then expansion. So that's still there too. Phases of price are still there. Everything I teach you will still exist. I do not teach you stuff that isn't bullshit. Or, I'm speaking kind of fast. I don't teach you bullshit. The things that I teach you will work and will continue to work unless they shut the markets off, like the CME did last year or the year before that. They flipped the switch and the whole market shut down. But this shit's not run by an algorithm, right? Stupid. V-shaped reversal, retracement, expansion. Still goes in order. It's never not in order. It's always in order. So yes, the phases of price are still here. Still there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We got stopped out on the way lower. Well, it was bound for a retracement. I mean, shit. It went from the 60s. I think it missed TP. 15 and a quarter. Was my TP not at 15 and a quarter? Or was it at 15.75? Shit, I don't know. Oh well. It's not a big deal. But yeah, phases of price are still there. It was? I didn't get filled on a demo account, bro. What type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? Stupid. Trading views. You know what, man? I have slowly lost respect for TradingView over the years. And shit like that's one of them. Like slippage or delay on a paper account. What the fuck? How do you get slipped? Or how do you get not filled in a paper environment? Stupid. Can't stand this shit. How do you keep your trade open at the manipulation low when the market moves much higher from your entry? Brother, what? How do you keep your trade open at the manipulation low when the market moves much higher from your entry? I don't think I understand your question. I did not enter at the manipulation. I entered after it. Definitely late on that 1 minute candle. But the manipulation was here. And another dip here. And then I'm logging on the way up right here. So yeah, we came all the way back down here eventually, but we never got back to that low. So as long as your stop was at that low, you didn't get stopped out. Oh, I need to update that on Stoic, but I think it auto updates actually. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Yes, I'm still bullish on Microsoft long term. Yes, there is a Discord. And I just released a quick start guide a couple days ago. I have a lot to unlearn and learn. Hey, that's a good mindset to have, though. Knowing that you have stuff to unlearn. A lot of people don't. A lot of people want to stick to what they know, even after it's been proven that it's not optimal. Stupid. Because during the consolidation where you bought the reversal, someone could think it's the second stage accumulation of the sell side curve. No. We already had distribution and then redistribution. Manipulation always sets the low. Now, it could have came down a third time. And shit, dude, price will do that sometimes. You might have a third lower low, and NQ might be a little bit higher. Okay, well, then there's your divergence. Then after that, right? We can go to NQ as well. There's your accumulation, right? And then, oh, down candles are supporting price. All the buyers came in, right? All your buyers came in here. Here's your propulsion. Remember the propulsion model? Down candles off of down candles, right? Oh, look at that shit. Right up there to equities open, liquidity. Weird, right? My models, they're not, I call them my models, they're not mine. The mitigation model was self-discovery. The other models that you know of, that I teach you, they fucking work. And the reason they work is because of this. Models are not going to work if you don't have this. If you don't have this, you're not going to know which imbalance. You're not going to know which pool of liquidity it wants to trade to. You're not going to know any of that stuff unless you have this. The foundation to being able to trade like an elite motherfucker, okay? Excuse my language, but you want to be an absolute dog, you need market maker models. Period. I know my language can be a little harsh sometimes, but I'm just trying to make it a point to you. I'm trying to make it a point. Look what the possibilities are. Look what you are able to do. Even if you never do this, even if you take that as a long, or even this one that was a little bit below this one, like this one down here, you're buying that and exiting up here. That's phenomenal. That is absolutely top 10%, if not top 5% right there. You're capturing 80, 90% of the move. Traders can't even catch half of that. Beginner traders don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know if they should TP at this high or TP up here. They don't know. They don't know where to exit. I told you on Stoic, exit up here or a little bit above that. I think it was like 1 or 2, because like CFDs, they don't work in points the same way that ES does. It's fucking strange. So it's a little bit above that high, right? So I'm telling you to buy that and sell that. That's amazing. And it's not me. I'm not trying to like make myself look good. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Guys, you know what I can do. You know I can come in here and absolutely rape the fuck out of ES or NQ or Dow. Dow's kind of a tricky bitch, but you know, ES and NQ, as long as you're trading market maker models, you're going to slap price. You're going to slap it around. Ask Willow. Willow passed another combine yesterday. I mean, come on. Look at how many people have been passing combines every month. Payouts, maybe not posted payouts every single month, but posted payouts all the time. Look at that. It's a testament to that this shit works, bro. How many trades do you need to see? How many calls do you need me to call for you? I do it every week. I may have skipped 1 or 2 weeks recently. Just because, like, even myself, I wasn't really trading a lot. But I'd say like 99% of the weeks that you're here on YouTube and in the Discord, I'm calling shit for you. And if I'm pointing up here and the market's down here, what do you think that means? That means start looking for longs, broski. That means if you short, you're going to get your face ripped off, Indiana Jones style. And then be mad about it. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Take the information that I'm giving you and run with it, dude. Run with it. Don't walk. Run with it. This stuff will take you to places you never fucking thought was possible. I'm not promising profitability. Don't get me wrong. I'm not promising, you know, you're going to make all this money by next week. I'm not promising that. But I'm promising if you pay attention and you focus and you eliminate distractions and you do all the things that I'm telling you to do, you're going to elevate and you're going to do things, again, none of your friends or family thought was possible. None of the things you ever thought was possible. None of my friends, I love my family, my friends to death. I do. None of them can do this. But you will be able to. You will be able to take good trades and extract money from the markets if you pay attention. Tiago, you know, I don't really know. I do think there's a playlist on models, but I don't even think that's been updated in a long time. Yeah, there is. I mean, it's got 4 videos. There's the trading models playlist. There's the Judas model, the framework, or the second leg model, the mitigation model, and the lazy traders model. But I recently taught you propulsion. And I also taught you how to create your own models. You can create your own models. You have relatively unlimited amount of models you can create based off of this. You can short base off of this. You can long base off of this. You could Christmas tree base off of this. You can do all kind of shit. You can do one position only. You could do late position only. You could be a reversal trader. You could be a continuation trader. You could do both. Right? Think about that. This is a reversal trade. This is a continuation trade. I'm telling you, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. If I want to be a reversal trader, I'll trade reversals. If I want to be a continuation trader, I'll trade continuations. It doesn't matter. It's all personal preference. It's just what are you better at? You might be better at continuations than you are at reversals. For some of you, you might be better at reversals and you don't like continuations. It's whatever you want, man. There are certain frameworks. There are certain rules that you have to follow. Like trading in the direction of opposing liquidity. That's going to put you on side. More so than not. That's a good place to start. But let me say this in closing. Your entry model is not as important as the bias. If you don't know where the market's going, your model won't matter. Just like Charlie Munger said and Warren Buffett, I'd rather be roughly right than precisely wrong. You want to ignore the advice of Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, the greatest investors of all time? That's fucking retarded. Literally, that is autistic. Like, what are you doing? It's better to be roughly right than precisely wrong. Getting a sniper entry in the wrong direction ain't going to help you. Getting a dog shit entry in the right direction is good. Go back to what I sent you. Or, well, for the Americans that didn't see it, I sent the long up here. It wasn't meant for you to long there. It was meant for you to get it and then see a retracement. That's what it was meant for, but I wanted to send it out. It didn't mean just buy it outright like some of you did. It's okay. But I said, start looking for longs here, stop at that low, aim for those highs, right? So in your studies this evening, or today or this evening, whenever, in your studies, when you screenshot your charts, or if you screenshot my charts, I'm giving you literally opportunities to look at all the opportunities that were available to you, right? And that's what you can study. The only difference between that, and that, right? The only difference here is the ones down here offered a much better RR. I won't deny that. I won't deny that. But again, if you sleep in, if you're at work, if you're taking care of the baby, right? Willow changing dirty diapers and shit, you know, no pun intended. Hey, stuff happens. I get it. You might end up having a continuation trade. So whether it's this entry or this one or the one down here, or even like, let's say in here somewhere, or maybe like down here somewhere, any of those would have yielded a profitable day. Any of them, right? Like say if you shorted this right here. Oh, I'm going to short to go lower. Okay. How did that work for you? Or maybe you shorted this to go lower. Okay. And then it came out and you got break even. All right. Yeah. You had the sniper entry. You wicked it to go lower and then got break even. What the fuck is that going to do for you? That's stupid. So it's better to be, even if you get like a early entry or even a little bit later and some drawdown. Okay. Who cares? Because you're roughly right instead of precisely wrong. That's going to help you. So this whole thing on Twitter, more Twitter shit. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Well, can you make money being wrong? Teach me that. I want to make money if I can be wrong. Show me the way, fucking please. No, you have to be on side. You have to be right. Sophistry, bro. It sounds nice. But stop listening to people on Twitter who go to ChatGPT for their tweets. It's not your strategy. It's your mindset. No, it could be your strategy too. It could be. It's not this. It's that. Okay. Thank you, chat. Appreciate that. Stupid. I'm not going over YM. YM is dog shit. Nobody likes YM. Look at this. Who would trade this? You know what I mean? Who would trade something like this, bro? How many times do we got to make a lower low here? Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Mitigation there. This looks like straight shit, dude. I mean, but you have a nasty buildup of liquidity, sure, but look what it's doing. It's not doing anything. This, to me, should have ran all that. And it's not doing it. This is trash. Never trade Dow Jones. You can trade whatever you want, but ES to me is just better. In hindsight today, same thing like I told you yesterday. NQ was the better buy. It had the divergence. It didn't have as deep as a retracement. But again, like yesterday, what I didn't like was the highs. I just didn't like that as a target. I just didn't. I looked at it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I looked at ES and said, I like that. I like that. So that's, I think I said this a long time ago when people ask me like, oh, do you trust the one that makes a lower low or the higher low or whatever? Usually I like the one that has a much better target. I like the one that has such an obvious clean pool of liquidity that the probabilities are just so stacked that we're going for that. And I'd rather take that, even if it's the weaker one. But yeah, in an ideal world, it would be divergence, and then the next retracement is the long. You'd have to hold through that, and then you could exit there, or if that's London's high up here, you could exit there. So Anyway, that's gonna conclude today. So that was Christmas tree gone wrong because we weren't able to do it. I wasn't able to do it because we never got our premium, our discount. We never got our discount. But there is still some level of eliteness here, period. I know, guys, listen, I know it sounds egotistical. I know it sounds arrogant. But is it wrong? I asked you earlier, show me, tell me who it is that taught you how to do this. Multiple entries and multiple exits. And none of you said anybody. But I'm showing you how to do it. Is that not elite? Is it? Is it not elite? Shit, I think so. So, that's it. All right. We'll be here same time, same place on Wednesday, the 20th, tomorrow. I'll put out a market view later this evening. And yeah, I'll need to go edit the recording and then put that on Instagram so you can watch me do this. Does that interest you at all? Like seeing the recording? It's going to be sped up, of course. But drop a 4 in the chat if you guys want to see that. I recorded everything. All of this. All the way. And then earlier I said I got to stop the recording. I recorded that whole thing. Stops, entries, and all. Running up equity. Matter of fact, let's look at this account real quick. Let's check that balance history real quick. See that? Not a lot of red. See that? Look at that. There's a little bit of red. Oh, $275. Oh, on Dow fucking Jones. Yeah, big surprise there. Everything else is green. Green, 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 green. Not bad. So, if you can trade like that, what do you think I'm doing on other accounts? Four but no IG? Wow, convicted. I only have the vertical recording. I didn't record my full screen. I recorded specifically for Instagram. So, GG. All right. Y'all be good. I'll see you tomorrow.